and we're a competitive family. So as soon as you get the big head, somebody let you know you know that. So we all play
You got them
sports. So
competitive sisters, bro.
yeah. So we all play sports. So it's nothing like our rivalries in the house. But I mean, we'll go to war for anybody. I don't think there's a family closer to my family.
Live from the streets of Washington, D.C., on the corner where sports and culture meets hip-hop. Sharing stories of the DMV and spitting fire for the whole damn country. This is First and Told with Chad Ricardo and Darrell Bucknight.
First and Told, the podcast. Today I got a very special guest in the building. I like to call him my nephew, my friend, my family, Mr. Jadyn Davis. Jay, thank you so very much for stopping by the cast today, bro.
Oh, definitely. You know Unc. You know we're always family. I'm always open to do something with you, Unc.
Absolutely, fam. I absolutely love it. Look, we'll get to all of the questions and we'll have our family reunion in just a moment. But when anybody comes on to First and Told, we got to start with who are the top 5 musical artists of all time. If you had a list, who's your top 5 of all time?
Of all time?
Of all time, nephew. Look, I got to tell you, you're the first student athlete to be on First and Told. Usually we're talking to, 40, 50-year-olds or whatnot. So of your all time, who's your top 5?
Some of these dudes probably weren't even alive. I mean, I wasn't alive when they was rapping. Probably Big, Tupac, of course. I feel like you got to add Drake in there. I feel like you just got to add Drake in there.
I respect that.
Yeah, light skin, you dig?
Yeah, you team light skin is how we go back, right?
Yeah. J. Cole, I love J. Cole.
All right, that's 4. One more.
Yeah. Just for my, I'll go Young Boy. Just for my generation.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now look, Nev, don't tell nobody because just you and I talking right now. I even though obviously I have heard of NBA YoungBoy for the last 5-6 years, I have no idea who he is. I couldn't name what. Look, Neff, I turned 40.
Oh man,
bro, I turned 40, so don't be mad at me.
Oh, he good. I understand. He good.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about you, fam. Because number one, again, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. So happy for your family. Everything that you've been experiencing. When I take a look at your last year, though, it's like a dream. Like it's absolutely mesmerizing. You're named an All-American. Now you're taking all these visits. You're meeting Nick Saban. You're meeting Coach Day. You're at all of these schools. What has this last year been like for you?
It's been surreal. I mean, you grow up watching certain things on TV, looking up, dreaming. I mean, you dream at night, and then you fast forward a couple years, and then you're right in front of the people you wanted to meet your whole life. You're getting the invites to certain games. Like I've been watching the All-American Bowl since it's going back as far back as I remember. So that was definitely a surreal moment for me, and it's nothing short of a blessing for me. I know everything comes from my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But it's been a real surreal experience. I mean, obviously with this business, at certain points where like it can get tiring and stressful at points in time. But I know anybody would kill to be in my position right now that I am today. So I'm always grateful for anything and everything.
As we take a look back again, you and I, we've known each other for years now. The Carolina Bowl, I should say, you were big time then. You had all the potential in the world then. Did you imagine that you would make it to this point? Did you see this for yourself then?
I always knew I can be whatever I wanted to be if I put my mind to it and worked at it. It was just me putting in the work. That's what I tell any young kid: put in the work and let your fruits of your labor speak for yourself. You put in the work, it's going to show. So, I mean, growing up, like I had a lot of adversity, being that I wasn't always the best kid on my team. That's what I was never given anything. I always had to earn everything I got. So I just trained, worked at it, and I knew one day that I'd be in the position I am today if I put my mind to it.
I think that mental toughness, everybody talks about, especially when you're in your shoes, as you will be a 5-star QB. So they talk about, height, weight, yada, 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 arm strength, arm talent. But I believe that mental toughness is just as important as anything else that a big time student athlete, big time artist, big time worker in any field can have. Where did that mental toughness come from for you?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, there's certain teams where I wasn't the starting quarterback. I mean, so you had to push through that. I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna put up or shut up? So I went back to the drawing board, went back with my trainer, and got in the lab and started working. And then I would, like, mental controls the physical. So if the mental ain't right, you're not gonna do nothing physically. So just I pay attention to my mental probably more than my physical on some aspects. Being a quarterback, obviously, you got to be mentally prepared for any and every situation. But just knowing that, like, that's always in the back of my mind. Even today, it's like certain people had me written off at an early age, at the age of 6, thinking I couldn't be nothing. And now I'm showing them up. So it's always in the back of my mind. Like, I still got to prove some people wrong, but I'm just proving myself right at the end of the day.
When you take a look at everything that you've accomplished, again, I mean, I looked the other day, you picked up that offer from Ohio State, and that's, you know, again, I was glowing on the inside for that. Of everything that you've done thus far, what moment, what offer said to you, yo, like, I'm here now, like I'm in the real game now?
It probably wasn't even an offer. It was probably the All-American Bowl invite. Probably. So that was something that low-key brought tears to my eyes when I got that. Just being, like, I grew up, like, idolizing the people that played in that game and watching that game on TV all the time, even back to when it was the Army All-American game. And that was a surreal moment for me and my family. Just being down in Naples, Florida, and when I received that award, got back to my room, it was pretty emotional, special night for me.
It was an emotional, special night for me as well. I was happy to be there witnessing that as it took place live. When I take a look at this life that you're leading now, I mean, I texted you last night. You had just got off of a plane. You've got these hectic schedules. You're traveling all across the world, and you still have to be a quarterback of your high school team, and you still have to be a son to your parents and a big brother to your younger siblings as well. What do you do when this feels like it's almost too much? How do you find that peace? How do you find that quiet space, if you will?
My family. I mean, I have a big family. There's 6, including me, total kids. And we're a competitive family. So as soon as you get the big head, somebody let you know. You know that. So we all play.
You got
sports.
them competitive sisters.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So we all play sports. So it's nothing like our rivalries in the house. But I mean, we'll go to war for anybody. I don't think there's a family closer to my family. And we know at the end of the day, usually it's me and my pops going up to these colleges and visits like that. Just being at the scheduling and time, my mom got to hold it down at the fort back at home. But just my family pretty much. My family is my backbone and everything. My dad, my mom did a great job raising me, and I'm so thankful for them. I wouldn't be nowhere near close to where I am today if it wasn't for them. They've guided me through the hard times, through the tough times, through the great times. I mean, family is where you're gonna go to when you're at the reference point, your lowest point and your highest point. So I'll always be there. None of friends, none of that. You'll always have family at the end of the day, which my pops and my mom's always appreciate me at the end of the day. So really, that's the people I want to thank the most, because they've always been there for me, whether that be I'm on a pedestal or not, I'm the best player or not. They've always been there, and I can always come to them for any advice or anything I need.
And when you take a look at that, right, because you've got this great mother, you've got this great father and great siblings as well, but especially those parents, what have you learned from them the most that you wish that you could give? Because as a young man watching this right now, Jay, who's like, yo, I want to be like Jadyn Davis, and that's cool. That's really dope. So what have you learned from your parents that you would like to pass down to those who one day want to be where you are right now?
Nothing in life comes easy. Everything's working for it. So if you got something that felt like you didn't work for it, probably didn't hold that much weight. And then family is everything at the end of the day to me. I mean, family is who you got forever. You can't choose your family, but family is who God puts you with. So I think the family piece, don't let anybody ever come in between your family. That's the people that they're always going to be there for you. So that's something we preach a lot, is family first. Family before anything. Family before football to me. Family before friends. Family before everything, because they're always going to be here for me.
Love to hear it. And right now, your parents, they're smiling right now as well as they should be. Of course, you've got a couple of more years of high school. College is going to take care of college. The next level is going to take care of the next level. What goals do you have for yourself in terms of recruiting or with your home school at Catawba Ridge?
I want to win a championship the next 3 years. I mean, we lost that first. Losing the upper state championship, that was a hard one. I mean, being so close, being a game away from the state championship, that was a tough feeling. And feeling that I had to battle back from an injury, and still we got so close to that game, and being one of the first teams in the town's history to go make it that far. So I've seen the quarterbacks that went all 4 years. That was pretty. I didn't like that at all, but that we didn't win all 4. But I'm trying to win these next 3 right now. But that, and I always stand on top of my books. You know, my mom Duke's always been no books, no ball. So I'm proud to say that I have a 4.0 GPA. That's the most proud accomplishment I think I have for myself. So yeah, just the books, and then making it to the state championship and winning the next 3 years.
Bro, I texted you, man. I told you I got to get your autograph because I mean, you're just as impressive in interviews as you are out there on the football field. I absolutely love it, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know me.
First and 10.